All right, I'm Nakia Hamilton, and we're going to talk about the best camera to use as a beginner. All right, this is for those that are trying to create a high quality project at a low cost and sell it for a profit. And this is for those that whole thing is at the top of their list. Me, if I was a beginner, knowing what I know now, and if I'm trying to make a high quality project at a low cost and sell it, what I would do is use whatever I can get for free. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but I would, whatever equipment, and right now today with your cell phone, if you got a good iPhone, that's good enough to make your first film. And one thing I want people to get is that you want to put majority of your money into building a fan base and your packaging. Why your packaging? Because that's the first thing people are going to see, your poster and your trailer. Why put majority of your money in building a fan base? Because it doesn't matter how good the acting is, it doesn't matter how good the cinematography is. If you don't have people waiting to see your film, you're going to have to convince people. It's going to take more money to push and get people interested in your project, and that's what you don't want. You want a group of people waiting to purchase, to look, to see your film, to help support what you're doing, to create that trend and that momentum for your film. If not, it is going to be a hard sell. For those that don't want to use the cell phones, I get it, really, to be honest with you. But today's cell phones, the technology is just crazy. And plus, understand one thing, one of the biggest things I've learned about filmmaking is the theme of your story must match the look of your story. So if you're filming with a cell phone and it looks like you're filming with a cell phone, write a story that makes sense to film your movie with a cell phone. To the audience, it looks like you've done that on purpose and it makes sense. It doesn't throw them off. And some people may not believe me, but I had a movie that was acquired by Hulu, and the film, I filmed with a Canon 7D. You probably can't give somebody a Canon 7D right now. I brought it used for $635 from B&H a while back, and the thing was, the theme matched the story of what we were trying to do. And so it still made sense. You don't have to buy this super expensive camera unless you're just into the whole creative part. But if you're trying to make a high quality project at a low price, I would get whatever you can get for free. So how do you use that? So say if you do get a cell phone, like how do you get the most out of it? Once you get free locations, free equipment, all the stuff you can use for free, I would take the camera, I will go to all those free locations, film that location in the bright sunlight and shade. If it's indoors, film it with the lights off, on, off, half of the lights on, half of them off, curtains up, down, to try to find the best image quality that you can get out of that camera. And once you have that, look at that image, look at those pictures you have taken, look at that video footage you have, and say, what type of story is this? Then I would write a story based on that. One big problem I see with a lot of people when they start their first film, trying to get camera equipment, they end up buying all this equipment, they end up writing this amazing story, then they got to spend another year trying to get the resources to do it. But on your first couple of projects, I would reverse the process. Get the equipment and stuff you can get for free. Look at the image that equipment creates and think of what type of story does this image match. What theme will go with the look and the footage of the camera or the cell phone that you have? Then I would write a story based upon that. Now that may be a struggle for people that have a passion for the whole creative part, but if you're trying to just create a high quality project for a low cost and sell it, this makes complete sense. because to survive in this industry, you gotta have thick skin, and you can't get caught up in your feelings, because you can have a great idea that can work today, but a month from now, nobody really cares about it. So if you want something that can create a trend on its own, organic growth on its own, I would definitely focus on getting the equipment for free, trying to get the best image quality out of that equipment, and what image footage that stuff creates, write a story based on that. Now, what you probably want to hear, I can only talk about buying cameras that I actually own myself. I used other cameras, but I feel comfortable speaking about those I have actually purchased and owned for a period of time. So what I would say, there's two I would choose. If you're filming something that's at night, I would get the Sony a6500 or any of those in that series. I wouldn't go no lower than the 6500. So I wouldn't get the, like, Sony has a 6300 and all that. I wouldn't mess with those. But I would get the 6500. It has good image quality. The dynamic range is pretty good, and it works real good at night. Now, if you're going for something more of a romantic comedy, something where you want the colors to pop and all those things, I would probably go with the Canon TI series, like T3i. I think it's like up to maybe like a 7 or 8 now, but that TI series, you can get those pretty cheap, and they put out good image quality. Go spend a bunch of money in a camera with very high image quality, and the files are huge, and you spend all your money on that, and your laptop cannot handle that. So most likely, if you buy, a $10,000 camera or whatever, you're gonna need probably a $4,000 or $5,000 laptop or desktop to really push that thing to get the most out of it. Something to think about. So I hope what just happened in this video helped you out. If it didn't, I'm sorry. If it did, like this, share this, go to my Facebook page, Nakia T. Hamilton, follow me, tell other people to follow me, help me out. And if you have any questions or anything you want me to make a video about, leave it in the comments, and I will try to make a video about every single question that is asked. Thank you, enjoy your day, and have a blessed life.